Okay. I chose question final exam, question 6, question 2, and question 7. I chose question 6 is when learning with your peers, I learned a lot from it. But what I knew before was I was shy to interact with my peers. And in high school, a lot of people just copied, which made it feel very unfair. So very little feedback was ever established. I didn't actually understand it before then. What I learned in English class was that I learned to get my ass moving and just ask. College is much different. In class, while talking with my peers, helped me fix my research paper and the sources. This affected me in starting to learn from the opinions my peers left me in my research paper or my final project. Especially in my project, we had a group first to understand what we were doing and get feedback to have more opinions on the project topic. If it wasn't for the group getting together, I would have for sure done the project wrong. I have an example here of my cards. We were discussing about videos and how to create the apps. I wanted to physically learn to add cards to make it easier for my viewers to hold them, handle them, see it for themselves, and have it on virtually and not really understand. When we were talking, I got lots of feedback for saying try to make it physical, try to make it seeable, make it writable, something you can hold if you're trying to learn something physically. And I did. I created the cards. I made a video with no image. I put my voice because my main set was my cards. My peers gave me great examples for what I wanted to do. I had first set a whole video towards making or showing me that I couldn't understand the language and I was going to go strive for it. I didn't like it at all after making the video. It was very difficult. When making the cards, while doing them, I actually learned these words. I learned the understanding and how to spell them. I was very interested in what I just did. And if I felt this, I would hope that a portion of my class, or just maybe one out of the few, would have gotten the same interest as I did and would have gone sign up for the course they needed to or they wanted. That was my goal. I tried to influence them, change their mindset, then, oh, go to Spanish because that's what we know. No, like, change your mind. Go towards what you want to learn. You never know. The future, it might give you advantages for your own future. So that's why I chose 6. It was learning with your peers, and I learned with them. They did help me, and that's what I learned in class. Learning with my peers give me great examples. It gives me advantages that I never knew, ideas that didn't even pop up just yet. So I was grateful for that, and that's what I learned in class, learning with my peers. Number 2 was my research process. What I knew before was I put whatever I found on Google that sounded like it was placed in with my topic. If it looked good, sounded smart, I would place it anywhere. But what I learned in class was the process I learned was using the crap sheet. I know it sounds like weird, but it's the way it was called, and I'll explain to you in my example, as you can see in the bottom. The blue lining. It was a checklist, my sources, to give me a higher chance of using real and useful sources for my essay. When I looked through the crap sheet, it made me understand how important a source should have for its steps. As I started this crap sheet, I was very overwhelmed by all these questions and how specific they can be to finding a useful source. And before I even found my sources, I learned to that they must be peer-reviewed if I was to have better chances of finding sources that will be good to use. I give my example, my crap worksheet. And whether there is currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and there you go. I guess that's all the... No, I'm missing a P. Purpose. There it is. This is to help me give my step-by-step. I put one of my sources in here, and for every little question, I put there. When was the information published? What has the information been revised? This is something I did not learn before. And because of this, what I learned in class, I actually found very useful sources for once than having something that isn't real. When I was in high school, we were given, oh, do this, write that, look for it online. We did. And whenever the teacher read it, she was like, how do you know this happened? How do you know this is true? How are we supposed to know if she didn't teach us that? Or she didn't inform us on that? What I'm grateful for was the crap worksheet. This is what I learned in class. This helped me step by step understand, is it real? Is this understanding? Was this recent? Was this older? Is this hard? Is it towards what audience itself? This is what I learned in class. I learned the crap worksheet, which gave me step by step. And I'm grateful for that. It's better than what I learned back then. For whatever sounds better. May be easy. Crap worksheet may be hard. But at least you're getting what you need. And lastly, I chose question peer feedback process. What we did was our teacher assigned us to pass out our papers and get comments. But before I can get to my example, what I knew before was in high school we wouldn't be putting in groups a lot. They always tried to inform us to do it alone, saying nobody will help you. We had to learn how to write, fix our corrections ourselves. That would cause us to learn wrong ways of fixing these corrections and self-doubt of asking for others by our peers. High school sucked. But college, oh God, I learned way more. Well, in this class, I learned when I give my feedback, I listen to their questions and they'll ask me to help. Sorry, remember I said that wrong. When I give my feedback, there you go, I listen to their questions they ask of me to help me have an easier way of solving the problem. And then I'll read and reread the paragraph to help them answer their question and detail what could be the problem and give me my opinion on how it could be better if something was to be changed. And when it comes to my needing feedback, I'll make it simpler, get to the question, so my peers can understand as well what my problem is as much as their problems as well. I put my examples. Well, I have screenshots, so I don't have to keep putting tabs. It's easier, less complicated. I put a screenshot of my essay. You can see a portion right here. This is where I had inserted a comment. I put there, I removed this paragraph. Oh, I'm very sorry. This one right here. I'm going to put more info into this paragraph, but I would like to help. I would like help how to answer my question. This is the majority of my source. It will help me answer my questions. And more to it. What I was supposed to get out of this was feedback. And I did. I got loads of feedback, comments. Well, no, is this one it? Yes. Yes, it is. This one was by Victor Castillo. If somebody looking at this, miss, I am sorry I mispronounced that. But I got what I learned in class. I gave my comment. I gave more than one comment itself towards the different paragraphs. And they responded back. I got peer reviewed. Not peer reviewed. Peer revised or peer feedback basically. This was a process that I learned and it helped me a lot. I got in lots of answers from my teacher. I got answers from students, more than one occasionally. But overall, this feedback process helped me add the information that I didn't know I can. It helped me answer a question or put in a question which could answer my topic. This is what I wanted and this is what I learned. And this is what helped me. It's basically, as the question goes, what have you learned about your own process for requesting and providing peer feedback, and what will we walk away with? I walked away with knowing when I asked for help from my peers and asked them, hey, can you read this for me? Can you help me understand how to answer this? I don't know how to do this. You will get feedback. You will get it placed correctly or incorrectly, but that's why you go to more than one. I'm gonna walk away with learning how to comment and give back feedback, and I'm gonna learn how to be receiving feedback correctly. And that's what I'm grateful for as well. And going back to my overall of my whole questions and final exam, number 6, I learned how to make a project together and getting feedback from my peers, learning with your peers all together as a group. And as my number 2 question, research process. Having examples, having steps, a checklist to help you learn correctly on what is the right way to do it, especially if you want to find the right source and make sure it's the correct one. And lastly, my peer feedback. This is what I came with. This is what I'm going to give out for my opinion and what I'm going to obtain back for something I need. Information, the correct one. This is my overall. assignment. These are the 3 questions I chose. And this is what I have for English class 1302. Thank you, Miss. Goodbye.